So the floor is yours.
Thanks. Well, I will just make a very brief introduction about what Atrium is, just for those of you that don't know it yet. It's a cultural root of the Council of Europe. The acronym Atrium stands for Architecture of Totalitarian Regimes of the 20th Century in Europe's Urban Memory. Although we actually deal, and it's stated in the statute, with the architectural heritage of all non-democratic regimes of the 20th century. So yeah, we have a little troubles with this word totalitarian that is in the acronym, but we deal with all non-democratic regimes. And basically, Atrium has the mission to disseminate a key for interpretation of this dissonant and uncomfortable historical heritage. That is the one of dissonance, of critically analyzing and preserving this heritage as part of a common piece of memory of Europe, of course, because many countries in Europe experienced non-democratic regimes. And, you know, but it's very interesting to hear all of other cultural root experiences of how they deal with their heritage and then make it into tourist products, and they can actually have a benefit from this heritage. For Atrium is a little bit different. It's very difficult, but we are trying to create a tourist product addressed to schools so that we can, let me say, use it in a more educational and pedagogical way in order to disseminate memory, historical memory to young new generations. So this is basically the mission of Atrium, and now I will leave the floor to Serena explaining the project of Ex-ATR.
Thank you, Sara. Ex-ATR is a public-private example and a model for regeneration of a disused 20th century disused bus depot. And we know that the context where Ex-ATR is a context of urban plan and public and private buildings built during the 20th century, the 20 years of fascism. This is the reason why Forlì is in the Atrium route. Here some examples of public buildings. And please go on, Sara. And Ex-ATR, you can see Forlì and the location of these private buildings. The location, their location are all in the part of the historical center and in a boulevard that connect the historical part of the city with the rail train. Ex-ATR is, you can go on with the third slide. Ex-ATR is a very strategic place because is in the middle, at the same distance from the main square of the town and the rail station. The ex-Atiere depot, Forlì, the municipality of Forlì carried out in this last 5-10 years an extensive work on research and project, of course, thanks mainly for the work developed by Atrium, knowledge around these buildings. But the municipality carried also a redevelopment and refunctionalization of some of these public buildings that are part of the Atrium route. The ex-Atiere depot is a building that was built in 1935 in order to promote interregional connections and was built by the Italian Automobile Transport Company. The name at those time was SITA and was a company belonging to the Fiat group. The building has an industrial nature and was entrusted to geometra Alberto Flamini and is made of terracotta with a base of travertino. The area is a very, very big area and interest a large part of a neighborhood and is surrounded by mainly by social housing. And is composed by a large square of 600 square meter and a headquarter around 170 square meters. That is the headquarter of the two associations that who manage this place. And sorry, the third okay, and the warehouse, it's a cover space with square meters the same as the courtyard. So you can see that it's a very, very important space in the city to manage. This depot in 1998, Atiere, that was the transformed SITA company, transfers its operating office to another depot in a new place of the city. And after, you can go on with the slide, in 2011, after 13 years of neglected, two local associations, cultural and social association, Città di Ebla and Spazi Indecisi, through intervention of temporary regeneration aimed to cultural and social purpose projects, show the power of the depot, organizing inside Warsaw since 2011 festivals, performing arts, exhibitions and so on. It was possible for the association to use this space thanks to temporary agreement with the owner of the space, Atiere. And this agreement was renewed each year. The partnership process between public and private entities, a management model for a cultural space. The protagonists of this story are the two associations, Città di Ebla Cultural and Social Association, mainly cultural, Città di Ebla and Spazi Indecisi. Livia tell us all this, the new name of the old Sita, and then Atierre. The name now is Livia Tellus, that is the holding owner of this space, ex Atierre, and the municipality of Forlì, because the municipality of Forlì is a part of this holding. And only to tell you, Città di Ebla is both the association are cultural association. Città di Ebla is an artistic ensemble of performing arts that produce and promotes theater, dance, music, and contemporary art. And Spazi Indecisi, the other association, is a multidisciplinary collective that experiments with the enhancement of abandoned spaces, triggering light urban regeneration process. The partnership among these four bodies, entities, started thanks to 2016 call for proposal by the Emilia-Romagna regions. It was a call whose aim was to support the development of infrastructures for the competitiveness of territories. And thanks to this call for tenders, works in general, because it was made by a lot of parts of this work, started on the static safety, mainly on the static safety of the depot for the value of 1 million of euro of project. The 50% was reimbursed by the Emilia-Romagna region. The other 50% was the mainly part put by the Livia Tellus holding, because was the owner and the partner who take care about the restoration, these structural works. Another little part put by municipality of Forlì, and the other two parts by the two cultural association. One important thing, sorry Sarah, could you please, one important thing is that even during this construction work, cultural activities in the depot never stopped. This was possible because this restoration work on the structure was in one part of this large space, and then the cultural association projected festival and several initiatives in the other part. From 2011 to 2018, from now, we had 36 events on different topics, on cultural heritage, on abandoned space, on performing arts, dance, and so on. 9,200 people was inside the building, 120 days of public open, thanks to these agreements the association had with the owner of the building, and 25 multimedia projects, 50 theater productions. Here are some examples. I put some photos with some examples of these initiatives made by the two associations. One of them, Cicli Indecisi, The translation are undecided places with bicycle, routes with bicycle, I don't know, but the main meaning is this. In collaboration with Atrium, because some places visited during this path, these routes made, was also some Atrium places. It was an initiative organized by Spazi Indecisi. I invited you to check also their websites, because it's full of sheets of abandoned spaces mapped by this association. Another initiative, very important, because was made also with the support of Atrium, was and is, because sometimes, yes, in recent years, yes, come out again, because also the success of this initiative is totally lost. That is an exhibition regarding lost places. Inside of them also Atrium places. And the nice thing is that this mapping and exhibition is related not only to places of our town or Emilia-Romagna region, but also concerned other places around Europe. This is the reason why this exhibition was made also I don't remember the place, but also in other places of Europe, not only in Italy.
Well, yes.
I don't
have the microphone, but I'll see.
It's integrated.
The exhibition showcased pictures of monuments and buildings pertaining to different European countries. Some of them are involved in the Atrium route, some are not. For example, we showcased some pictures about Bulgarian monuments, Romania, and we have partners in both these countries, but also others that are not Atrium partners.
If I'm correct, I remember that this exhibition was in Belgium. I'm not sure, but it was in Belgium a few years ago.
It was also presented in Belgium.
Yes, yes. In Loco is another exhibition similar to Totally Lost. Was an exhibition, a photo exhibition. Mm-hmm. Photo of lost places.
Abandoned.
Yes, places. Ipercorpo is the festival of the other association, Città di Ebla, and is a festival concerning performing arts, dance and theater. And this is some photos about inside. This is the inside of the covered part of the depot. This is another moment of Ipercorpo, a lecture, public lecture. Here is a performance, music, I think, performance. This project started as a bet by the side of associations because until now passed 10 years, from 2011 until now. And is a good practice because nevertheless all difficulties of a relationship is a collaboration between public-private partnership. Is a place of experimentation of urban regeneration. Or, in the last years, both the association worked a lot also with citizens who lived around the depot. That is the place around neighbors around the depot are made mainly by social housing. So it's not easy to work with them. We are mainly work with the children and then with the family, because it's an easier way to connect our work with them, passed by children. It's a good practice because it's experimentation for these reasons of reorganization and research in the relationship between live art to produce cultural and social innovation, for the reason that I told you. A good practice inspired by European experiences. I don't know if you know about Space 104 in Paris, that of course is another scale, more larger than, bigger than Atrium, but with very similar objectives, aims. And the particularity of Atrium is that it was the association that stimulated the municipality of Forlì and Atrium, the owner of the space, to participate in the Emilia-Romagna public hall, and that with the municipality of Forlì itself, they realized the project. From that moment on, the story and use of Atrium began from 2011 and has continued to the present way. It's a winding road, and we have traveled for in these 10 years with a lot of delays caused by problems with the initial relationship with the municipality. Of course, the political part is very important and basic in projects as Atrium. Problems that have arisen due to the bureaucracy behind public administration. Problems related to environmental remediation, because we had problem because of the aim of the space in past and oils in the floor that was found. So this was a very big problem 3 years ago that stopped also cultural activities inside the place for 1 year. Delays in waiting for permits from the Soprintendenza, I don't know the translation, but Soprintendenza, yes, it's the Superintendence for Arts and Cultural Heritage, because the facade and also the covered main space of the depot is protected by this public body. So every time we have to think or to we project restoration of part of the building, we have to have the permission from this body, from Soprintendenza. The strengths of this project, why the regeneration project have never stopped until now, because mainly it's a bottom-up process, as I told you. Of course, the strong motivation of these two associations was and are basic also now to go on with this work. Low economic cost and high human cost. The low economic cost in doing activities inside, and the strong motivation by the association is a high free human cost. Immediate activation, thanks to these annual agreements, we are allowed to do every year's activities. It's an experimentation of functionality, use of spaces, lightweight step by step, a patrimonialization of the deposit, and intercepted opportunities because all Emilia-Romagna region funds was the main one that we used. In these 10 years, we had also some others, more little funds, mainly aimed to cultural activities, but we regularly monitorate public funds. Weaknesses, the change of the municipality mayor and the political board. Terrible, terrible. We changed to political board from the beginning, from 2016 until now. The first one is the first political board that allowed and was with us in presenting the public hall, Emilia-Romagna public hall. The second political board in the middle was apparently with us, but we had a lot of problems. The actual political board, it's okay until now, because they are. We have a new mayor from 2019, so are 2 years and a half. And we have the deputy mayor of cultural topics that agreed this project and is really collaborating with us now to go on. Also the progressive transformation of the Trasporti agency company of transportation. First of all was CITA, when we took this place in management for the management of the spaces. Two different kind of companies changed. First was ATR at the beginning of the project from 2016. In 2018, I think, it was transformed in Livia Tellus. So this transformation, of course, was a problem for the work, the management of the space. Parallel to the project on consolidation work, the superintendency, as I told you, and also environmental problems, as I told you, for presence of pollutions in the floors. Work in progress. Yeah.
You have 3 more minutes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's finished.
Yeah.
Work in progress is now. Is now, this moment, what we are doing now, and then I finish. Work in progress today. Works made thanks to Emilia-Romagna region funds are being quite completed. We have this new political administration which believe in this project, and also the new board of Livia Tellus Holding believe in this project. And according Livia Tellus, according with municipality, financed a preliminary project for the restoration of the entire area. And the very important things is that they are following advice of the associations in this phase for this project. You can go on with the last images. A group of architects, are external architects from the municipality, from Livia Tellus, are in charge of study the new project, the restoration of the space. And these are the first preliminary, very, very fresh, because they gave us this draws, renderings last week. last week, really, and we have a meeting with the deputy mayor next week in order to present this proposal.